Hey everyone, it's Natalie with Crochet by NatalieLucille, and today I wanted to kind of do a this versus that. And one of the things that if you're learning how to crochet, you want to make sure that your tension is, it's not that it's tight, you just want to have a good tension so your work isn't too loose. And one of the ways I do that is I use a yarn bowl. And I'm using, just to kind of give an example today, I'm just using this thread. I would put it in my yarn bowl, of course, and use it through here. This isn't going to give you the exact tension that you're looking for. It's just going to hold it in place. But let me just show you the difference. Go ahead and I'm just going to do a chain. So I'm going to get my slip knot. And if you don't have a good tension, and I'm just going to try and not hold it like I normally do so you can kind of see. If you don't have a good tension, your work will be loose. It won't match the gauge that you're looking for. And it just has a tendency to not look right. So I'm just going to chain and show you. 1, 2, 3, and I have 0 tension on it, and you can see how open it is. And I'm not trying to crochet it loosely, it's just doing that naturally. So I'm just crocheting a chain. And it's still, working through my yarn bowl. So you can see how it may try, well, maybe not. I thought it would try and focus, but I'm not pulling it tight. I'm not doing anything. I am just literally working a chain. So you can see how loose it is. Now there are some projects that it'll tell you to chain loosely, and that's what you want to do. But if you're wanting to work something that has I guess a tighter look to it, you want to make sure it has tension. So I'm going to put that out of the way. I'm going to grab my other. Let me take that out of the yarn bowl. Well, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And now I want to show you what it would look like if you're using tension. And I'll show you too how I hold my yarn as well to give it that tension. So you make your slip knot. And I'm just using a small little hook here. Let's get that in there and just tighten it. What I like to do is when I'm working my yarn, I take my pinky and I wrap it around and I hold it. I'm not holding it tight where it's just giving that where it's, because if not, it's just loose. It's just hanging and it doesn't give you the tension. So I wrap it just like that. And I hold my work with this hand as well. And my running yarn is going over my finger. So the bottom will kind of look like this. If you can kind of see how that is. Okay, so we're going to just work a chain. Okay. Now it's not tight in there, it's just, it can be a little cumbersome. I'm not pulling it to where because if you pull too tight, your work will become wonky and your hands will hurt. But this is just a regular chain and it's running through my fingers. So looking at the difference, you can see how, because I make a lot of bracelets and I don't want my bracelets to look like this. I want it to look like this. So you could see the difference when you have a good tension. I mean, it looks like 2 totally different works, and you see how my yarn wants to get kind of tangled in itself. If you're working a gauge and you have to do any kind of measurements, you could see if you chained the same number, how different it would actually look. So this is 0 tension on the white yarn, and then on the yellow yarn you can see how it lays nicely and you can really work with it, and it just it's so important to have the tension when you're working. And that's something that's going to come with practice. And, but you just want to make sure, again, that you're doing something, however you hold your yarn. Everybody's a little bit different, but just as long as it's not laying loose, because it'll look like this. So let's just say if I continued with this, but let's add some tension to it. Let's see if it changes it. So I'm going to wrap like I do. And we're just going to continue. And remember, these two threads here, I need my glasses, I don't have my glasses, are the same company, the same weight, the same lot, everything. So I'm not using two different types of thread yarn. I'm using the same. But you can see, just by adding that tension, you can see how it completely changes the work. So you see the beginning of the chain, it's real loose, and just adding that little bit of tension completely changed the look of it. So this will affect your gauge, your measurements, especially if you're making clothing. You want the tension. If your pattern calls for chaining it loosely, don't add any tension, because if not, it's going to be tight like this. So if your project just says chain loosely, that's what you want to do, and so it'll look like that. So you can just see if it'll come into, there we go, into focus. And so no tension, tension. Simple as that. One of the best things that you'll learn when you are working your crocheting and your knitting. So there you have it. Learn something new. Y'all check out my other videos. I have patterns and tips, how-tos. I have a website with more information, more patterns, and a blog. It's crochetbynnatalielucille.com, as well as Instagram at crochetbynnatalielucille.com. And I'm on Pinterest as well. So I have an Etsy shop as well. So it's etsy.com/shop/crochet by Natalie. It's actually Lucy, Luci, because I didn't have enough room to type out the whole name. So check it out, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I upload regularly. If you have anything that you're needing help with, needing advice, tips, any kind of, crocheting hacks, let me know. Send me a message and I will make sure I do a video of it. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.